Chapter 4, Methods of Measuring National Income. Now, see here, in Chapter 3, we have studied few concepts of national income, right? Or I will say conversion concepts of national income. Now, in this Chapter 4, we are going to apply the same thing. Okay? Now, see here, Chapter 4 is about methods of measuring national income. There are 3 different or separate ways of measuring national income. And these are, the first one is value added method. Second one is income method. And the final one is expenditure method. So today, I'm going to teach you about this method, value added method. Now, what is this value added method? This method is called by different names. It can be called as production method or product method, also called as industrial origin method, or net output method. Okay, so we have see here production method, industrial origin method, or net output method. But most often we use this name, that is value added method. Okay. Now, what is this value added method? What we do in this method? Now, under this method, we measure national income. We measure national income in terms of value addition made by each producing enterprises of an economy during 1 year. So this is your value added method. So see here, what is this value added method? Under this method, what we do is we measure national income in terms of value addition made by each producing enterprises in an economy during the period of 1 year is called as value added method. Okay. Under this one, see here, we are getting this concept, value addition, right? Now we have to see what is this value addition. What is the meaning of value addition? Now, value addition is the difference between value of output minus intermediate consumption. Intermediate consumption. All right. So what is this value addition here? It is the difference between value of output minus intermediate consumption. Now we have to see this. Value of output. What is this value of output? It is the market value of goods or services produced in an economy during 1 year. This is the value of output. Okay. What is this intermediate consumption? Now, intermediate consumption is also called as, or we can say, it is purchase of raw material. Okay, purchase of raw material. Now, this raw material is the non-factor input. Okay, so inputs are of two types. One is factor inputs, another one is non-factor inputs. Factor inputs we have already studied. Factor inputs are the 4 factors of production which are used by the producer for production purpose. Non-factor inputs comprises of raw material. Is that clear? Okay. So see here, intermediate consumption, or we can say purchase of raw material. Now what is this intermediate consumption? It is the value of non-factor inputs. Okay, used in the process of production by the producer is called as intermediate consumption. Is that clear? So see here, non-factor inputs. I have taken here raw material. Okay, so raw material is the non-factor input. So value of non-factor inputs which are used in the production process is nothing but intermediate consumption. Right? Now see here again, what is the meaning of value addition here? It is the difference between value of output minus intermediate consumption. Right. Now we will see one illustration on value addition concept. Okay. Suppose we will take up a farmer. So, value addition illustration. We will take up one producer, that is farmer. Farmer has produced wheat, and the price of the wheat is, we will assume, this much. So, what is this? The price of his output, right? So we can put it like this. This is value of output. Okay. Output is the wheat here and the value is 1000. Next one will be intermediate consumption. I'll do it like this so that it will become a bit intermediate consumption here. And I said the difference between these two, value of output minus intermediate consumption, will give value addition. Right? So under this one, intermediate consumption, or we can put it like this, purchase. Right. Now see here, I said farmer is a producer. And this producer is producing a wheat, and the value of this wheat is 1000. Let us take this intermediate consumption as 0. Okay, we will assume this one. So what will be his value addition? It is just 1000. Right? Okay. Now, what the farmer has done? Farmer has sold his output to baker at this price. Is that clear? Okay. So what the baker has done here, baker has purchased wheat worth this much from farmer. Right? Now see here, intermediate consumption is what? It is nothing but purchase, I said. Okay. So now baker has purchased wheat which is worth this much. Right? So it will come under his intermediate consumption. Is that clear? Okay. Now, what the baker has done is, baker has used the wheat and converted it into bread. Okay. And sold it to grocer at this price. Sorry. We assume like this. Okay, so at this price, baker has sold his output, that is bread, to grocer. Now what the grocer has done here? Grocer has purchased the bread from baker at this price. So what will be his intermediate consumption? His intermediate consumption will be this much. Right? Now again see here. What will the value addition done by the baker? So it's very simple, right? Only 1000. So the difference between these two will make value addition, which is 1000. Okay. Finally, what this grocer has done. Now, grocer has sold the bread to the consumer, and the price he has charged from the consumer, let us take this much. Is that clear? Okay. We can say grocer has done some kind of services on this bread and sold to the consumer at this price. So this is what grocer's output value. Right? Now we can easily make out how much is the value addition in this one. It is just this much. Clear to you? Okay. Now see here. These are the value addition of these producers. Right? So I will take up these as producing enterprises. Right. Now, sum up all these things. So that will become very simple, 2,200. Okay? And intermediate consumption to 3. This is 3,000. And here 2, 4, 5, 2, total. Clear? Okay. Now, we will see, we'll cross check whether the value addition is, that is this much, 2,200 is correct or not. So, what is this value addition? So, value addition is the difference between value of output minus intermediate consumption. So, do this. See, 5,200 and 3,000. How much you will get? You'll be getting 2,200. Right? Is that clear? Okay. Now, these things, okay, these three things, the total of these three things is this much, right? Now, what is this? We can say this one is the total, or we use this concept, gross value addition. Okay, gross value addition of whom? These people. Of the producing enterprises of an economy during the period 1 year. Right? So what is this? 2,200 is what? Sum total of the value addition of these producing enterprises. Right? Okay. Now see here. You have to pay attention to it. Gross value addition of each producing enterprises will be equal to this one. Right? If so, then what is this now? What is this? This is market value of final goods, right? Or we can say services. But here only goods we have taken, right? So market value of final goods and services produced in an economy or we can say produced within the domestic territory, economic territory of a country in 1 year. See here, what is this? This is the final goods, right? That is bread. We have taken here bread, which is sold to the consumer at how much price? 2,200. Is that clear? So I have said, see here, this is what? Gross value addition of all these producing enterprises, right? This is equal to this one. And what is this? This is the market value of final goods and services produced by these people in a domestic territory of a country during 1 year. And when we are describing in such a way, then it is nothing but, remember, it is GDP at MP. This one, market value of final goods and services produced in an economy, or we can say within the domestic territory of a country during 1 year, is nothing but gross domestic product at market price. Is that clear? Okay? Okay. Now see here. So I said this is nothing but GDP at MP. Now, in this, we have taken producing enterprises like this. Right? Now, what we have to do here is, we have to classify all the producing enterprises into 3 sectors. Okay, so we can say producers into 3 sectors, that is primary sector, secondary sector, and tertiary sector. Right? Now, so this is nothing but, I said this one, and this is what? GDP at market price. Is that clear? So now what we will do here is, see, we will take up like this, gross value addition by primary sector, secondary sector, tertiary sector. Instead of these things, I said producer will be categorized or classified into 3 sectors, that is primary, secondary, and tertiary sector. Okay, so gross value addition by these 3 is equal to this one, nothing but GDP at MP. All right? Okay. Now, see here, it's very easy. So I'll write it here again, like this. Gross value addition by primary sector, secondary sector, and tertiary sector. So I said this is nothing but is equal to GDP at MP. Is that clear? Okay. Now, suppose we have to find out NNP at factor cost. We have to find out this one. Remember, I said NNPFC is what? Net National Product at factor cost. This is nothing but, it is national income. Right? Okay. So, now what we have to do? This entire thing, we have to convert it into NNP at factor cost. Now, very simple. We have to follow the conversion method. Now, G and N convert. So, I said here gross and net conversion. This is again a revision. Okay. So, we can write it like this. Net plus depreciation or CFC will become gross. And the gross into net minus CFC or depreciation. Right? So, we have to convert gross into net. So, gross into net. We have to do minus CFC. Is that clear? If we do like this, we will get what? NDP at market price. This will become, right? Now, second one is D and N. What is this D and N? D is a domestic concept, N is a national concept. So, D into N. Remember again, domestic and national. So, what we have to do here? NFIA, right? So, NFIA. When we add this NFIA to domestic, we get national concept, and this national concept into domestic, we have to deduct NFIA. What is this NFIA? Net factor income from abroad. Right? So we have the formula for this, which we have done before. Okay, so now see here. This is D and N. So we need to convert this domestic into national. So what we have to do here? So we have to add NFIA. NFIA. If we are adding this NFIA, now see here. Next one will be N, already changed. Now D plus NFIA, it has become N, right? So NNP at market price. Right. Now, we have to go for this conversion, MP and FC. So again, MP and FC. Market price, factor, cost. So to change this one into factor cost, we have to do minus NIT, right? And factor cost into MP, we have to do plus NIT. What is this NIT? A recapitulation again here. NIT is net indirect taxes, right? So when it is minus NIT, what we have to do, I said minus IT plus subsidy, right? And plus NIT, IT minus subsidy. Okay, now see here, MP into FC. So this one into FC means what we have to do? We have to minus deduct NIT. So under this one, NIT is minus IT and plus subsidy. This one, right? Is that clear? Will be equal to, now see, this one. So we have changed the entire things here and converted it into national income. Okay, so this is your first ways of solving value addition method. Is that clear? In fact, what is this? This is the formula which you have to follow when you will be solving problems on value addition method. Is that clear? You need to remember, I said before, national income. This, that is NNP at factor cost, is the national income. Is that clear? Okay. Now, the first one, like this you have to go. Now we'll come back to value addition concept again. I said value addition is the difference between value of output minus intermediate consumption, right? Now, what is this value of output? This is nothing but market value of goods and services produced in an economy during 1 year, right? Okay. Now, if whatever that has been produced in an economy during that year, and if the entire output is sold during the same year, then the value of output, will be equal to sales. Okay? Value of output will be equal to sales. Sometimes some goods remain unsold, right, during that year. Then what they will do? They will add it up to the firm's inventory stock. Okay. If output remain unsold, I repeat, it will be added to firm's inventory stock. What is this inventory stock? Inventory stock is stock of goods. Okay. Which in future what they will do is they will resell it again. Is that clear? So inventory stock is what? Stock of unsold goods. Now I said, see here again I'm repeating. Whatever has been produced this year, if entire thing is sold out during the same year, then it will be equal to sales. Sometimes the output remains unsold, right? So what they will do is it will be added to firm's inventory stock. And it is expressed as change in stock. We usually write like this. Change, okay? Like this, change in stock. Okay? So, see here. So, value of output, if it is sold, okay, then it will be equal to sales. If it remains unsold, then it will be added to the firm's inventory stock, which is nothing but it is the change in stock. Now, what is this change in stock? Change in stock is, so we write here, change in stock is closing stock minus opening stock. This is the formula to compute change in stock. Is that clear? Now see here, in such situation, what is it now? What it has become? Value of output will be equal to sales plus change in stock. Okay, now first formula is done, right? Now second one, the formula which you have to use in solving value addition problems. So see here, value addition. I will write it like this. Value addition is equal to what? Value of output minus intermediate consumption. That is purchase. Okay. Value addition is equal to, what is this value of output? Sales plus change in stock minus intermediate consumption. Right? So you have to use this formula also in solving value addition method. So what is this change in stock? Change in stock, closing stock minus opening stock. And sometimes under this one, value of output, that is sales. Okay. We use this formula, quantity into price here. Sometimes in numerical problems, we do get this too, quantity into price, instead of sales, instead of value of output. Is that clear? So, sales Q into P. Is that clear? Okay. So, this much is nothing but value addition. Or this one, when we write, this is nothing but, I said before, this is GDP at MP. So what is this GDP at MP? Is equal to now value of output minus intermediate consumption, or we can say further sales plus change in stock minus intermediate consumption here. Clear? Right. So now you have seen the formulas for value addition method. Now we will see the precautions that we have to take while estimating national income using value added method. Okay. First precaution is we have to avoid double counting problem. Avoid double counting problem. Now, before we go into this, we have to see the meaning of double counting here. Now, what is the meaning of double counting? It means counting the value of goods or services more than once. If we are counting the value of any goods, any services more than once, then it is called as double counting. Okay. Now see here, I'll give you a very simple example. Okay, only one example on double counting. Let us go back to the table which I have used in describing the value addition concept. Right? So roughly see here, I'll write it like this again. So here I've taken farmer. This is the value of output.